Hey everyone, welcome back to PWR Podcast. I'm Hogue Jr.
And I'm Brian Shleifer.
Man, dude, it's been a minute since we filmed. It's been a minute since we were doing any of this, but I'm super stoked about it. Today is going to be the first time we bring a guest on the show, which is awesome. But what have you been up to, bro?
Busy working.
Yeah?
As always. Yeah, last 4 or 5 weeks flying by. I just celebrated Easter, my son's birthday.
Nice. How old?
9.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe it's 9, but I can't believe it's April.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just working. We're up in New York a couple times.
Wow.
Working. Just staying busy. How about yourself?
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I've been working too, just building websites, stuff like that. I launched a website yesterday for a dentist in Virginia, which is really cool. But I've been doing a lot of advertisements on Google and stuff like that, so
nice,
staying
man.
busy. But yeah.
And then, did you fix your truck?
No, I sold the truck. I had a 1989 Ford Ranger, and I sold it on Facebook Marketplace and got some, more money than I thought I would out of the situation. And then I spent 3 days looking on Marketplace for a new vehicle, and I found this listing of a Mustang, 2004 Mustang, for $3,500. So I was like, I want this thing, I really do. So I messaged the guy. I was like, let me come see it. I walked up with $2,800 in cash, and he took my offer, and so now I've got a Mustang.
So you're blessed.
Yeah.
Amen
It's pretty
to that.
cool. Pretty
Sweet.
cool. It's really cool. It's fun. It's nice. It looks good. So I'm definitely blessed.
Glad you're doing well. Yeah, we're happy to be back here on PWR Podcast. And today we have a special guest, our first one. So
Sweet, yeah.
So we kicked off the first 2 episodes, and this is our first time bringing a guest on. His name's Justin. He's a friend of mine. He's finishing up a chiropractic school to become a doctor, entrepreneur, business owner, fitness junkie, awesome dude. So Justin.
That's awesome. Welcome, Justin.
Cool. Thank you.
Was that a pretty good intro?
I like it. I
Sweet.
like it. Straight fire.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, squeeze in there.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, no, we're excited to have you on. So I've just met Justin today. I've heard that you are into chiropractics.
Mm-hmm.
You're also into fitness. Mm-hmm. Do you do a lot with diet?
Not so much with diet, just kind of intuitively eating what my body.
Yeah.
I feel like my body needs.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what is a topic that you're really interested in or passionate about that takes part of your life?
Man, I would say it's the topic of empowerment.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to PWR Podcast.
For real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for the platform. For
No,
sure.
no problem.
No better place to talk about empowerment than this podcast.
Yeah. So have you been in the area a while?
I moved here 3 years ago. I'm from Pennsylvania originally.
Wow. So
Yeah.
different.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Welcome to Florida.
That's crazy. Yeah. So how do you like Florida?
Oh, dude, I love Florida.
Yeah.
I'm at Palmer, Florida, or the chiropractic college, so I'm near the Daytona area.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah.
been trying to explore all areas. I really like the Orlando area.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know Justin for almost 8 months now, probably,
Yeah,
give
I
or
would
take. And Justin and I built a really awesome relationship quickly because we had the same mindset, which was about empowerment, entrepreneurship, just really like planning for yourself and your future, reading and just educating yourself on what's out there to make like smart decisions. So, I mean, what have you learned in the last, recently that you want to share with everyone here on PWR Podcast?
I mean, it's continuous, right? That process is continuous growth. It's never ending. I will touch on what you said. Meeting you, what really resonated with me the most was the fact that you mentioned that you're service oriented, and that was huge for me because I feel as though like throughout this journey, especially in chiropractic school, I've been in there for 3 years. I was really trying to figure out who am I.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Who am I? But I realized that it's more important to figure out why am I.
Okay. That's
so
good.
Instead of who am I, it's more why am I. So in another word, it's why am I here on this earth?
Yeah.
What is
What's
my
your purpose?
Purpose.
Yeah.
Right? And
we talked about that.
That's so important. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you heard that.
So synchronicities, right? It just
Yeah.
makes sense. So why? Like, why am I here on this earth? So I realized that the common denominator, everything that kept following me, and every time I asked that question, it kept landing with, I'm here to serve. Why? Because serving others lights me up inside.
Yeah.
But what am I? Awesome. I had to ask, what am I serving? And it was, or what am I trying to instill in somebody? And it's the ability for me to hold space so that they can recognize the infinite nature that they have within themselves.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's where the empowerment comes in.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love that. I think that's like the legacy, right, that you can make as an individual. You know, so like people who are listening today, right, like that's possible for you if you haven't felt that or asked yourself like those same questions. You know, because we're sitting here today and I've experienced a lot of different things that Steven and that Justin experienced, and what you're describing right now is something that all the listeners could really benefit from, right? Is asking these really deep questions and thinking about it, and not being who. Like, I mean, that's funny. It's like an owl. There's not an owl in this room, but like, who am I, and why am I? Why? Because the world is so big, and there's so many people, over 8 billion people now, to serve others and learn about why your purpose is important here. I think it's like really key.
So true. Helps you structure your life and who you be, your journey. Because as we talked before, your journey is who you become. So once somebody knows who they want to become or what they want to do with their life, that journey shifts. It becomes focused towards that goal. Yes. And that's when life is really cool and exciting to live. When you don't have that drive or that motivation, that's you're just kind of going through the journey and just hitting every bump. But when you're you know, passionate about something, you're pushing toward it.
Yeah, sure. I think. Do you think asking the right questions, or what would resonate with our audience today? Like something that they could ask or figure out. You know, like how can they walk away from listening to the Power Podcast today, right? They're gaining something that was insightful from what you experienced. I don't.
Like how to keep it less conceptual, more experiential.
Yeah, because the way for you to learn your why, which is what we're going to talk about later in this episode, so stay tuned. Yeah. But how can our audience actually really take that in and benefit from today's listening? So
from experience, and I'm going to be vulnerable on here.
Yeah,
super transparent. I mean,
that's what we're all here about.
Exactly. From experience, man, when I started to ask my why, I realized I was scared to realize it. There was a fear that I had of knowing the answer to that, because that would mean that I know where I want to go now, and now there's nothing stopping me, and I can't blame and I can't be a victim anymore. No, because now I know my purpose. Yeah. So I sat down and I was like, well, what am I scared to realize about myself? And I didn't think I could be the person to really step in and be of service for somebody, until I started to recognize that I have this power within myself called awareness or concentration or focus, and I can really harness it. Yep. I can harness it and direct it onto a vision, pour it onto a vision until it unfolds, and then that unfolding is kind of like you said, your path starts to get created.
It's true.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very true.
And to
seriously.
Yeah, and to experience it, just to touch on that real quick, to experience it, just think of how many times you've thought yourself into an anxiety attack. How powerful is your thought when no bear is chasing you, when nothing is really happening to you that's scary? You think yourself and your body responds.
It's true.
So just, and you know how to make it experiential, just do the opposite or try to do the opposite. Think yourself into bliss attacks. Not attacks, but you know what I mean.
Bliss.
Think yourself
positive.
into bliss or positive.
Positivity, right? Believe in yourself. You know, like everything you're saying right now, like I know it resonates with all our listeners right now, right? Power Podcast has, you know, we started on the belief of empowering ourselves as individuals, learning, you know, how we can better ourselves, be transparent, be vulnerable, be humble, right? And be educators and trainers of others, right? To improve their overall quality of life. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's not about surviving, it's about thriving. And things are really hard. But I do want to highlight one thing that you did say, and that would be, you know, like harnessing the good energy, right, and believe in yourself. I think something that Steve and I talked about in episode 1 or 2 and it was limiting yourself, not believing yourself, and how you can crush dreams instantly.
It's true. Yeah.
By not being a little bit of a negative and not actually jumping off. Right.
Yeah.
As humans, we're all driven by fear, knowing who we are versus why we're us. Right. Yeah. Who versus why. Once you learn the why, and it's so hard to actually make the jump to like what you need to do because that the fear, but you did it, and you're sharing with our audience today that you face your fear, and now look at you.
Yeah, I am learning every day. Living in this state, I feel as though it's alignment, right?
Yeah.
How do I know it's alignment? Because you were mentioning how much busier you are, but you're not necessarily burnt out. You don't really look like you're busy, so you look more productive than busy.
Talking about so many good topics.
Dude,
talking about with a client earlier today about being busy, getting burnt out. How can you get burnt out? How aren't you burnt out? Why aren't you burnt out? Or what? I believe, right, that when you're so busy and you work so hard, it activates different types of chemicals, in your brain that allow you to like really operate at a heightened level, right? And most people don't ever activate those, internal, probably sensors in our brain that allows us to really like be so busy, take on so much, yet you're still effective, you're still performing at a high level. Right. And because you're activating those types of parts of your brain, I mean, you're really able to just do things that you never thought was possible. And I think that's what you're experiencing as well.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
You talk about mindset. Talk about what mindset is. Why is that important for you and what you've accomplished so far?
Yeah, that's good. And again, being honest, like I grew up, and the way I grew up, it wasn't in a way where I was told that you can achieve anything and have all your dreams. I wasn't really told that, and I'm sure a lot of people grew up not being told that, and it's something that's scary to try to chase these dreams that seem so out of reach.
Yeah.
So the mindset for me was realizing that I needed discipline. But it was understanding that there's no such thing as having strong discipline. It's just having discipline and deciding where you put it. So like I realized this because if you take somebody who's like sitting on the couch, for example, eating potato chips and binge watching TV, and you take a marathon runner, the person on the couch, from that perspective, it takes discipline to be a marathon runner.
It's true, yeah.
But the marathon runner looks at the person on the couch, and it takes discipline for him to sit on the couch and binge watch. So it's not that either one of them have strong discipline. Both of them have discipline. One is just deciding to place it on the activity of binge watching. The other is deciding to place it on being a marathon runner.
Right.
So when I realized this, I said, well, where am I placing my discipline?
Right.
And where am I placing it is dependent upon,
the productivity you get from it.
The productivity of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
That was the mindset switch.
The discipline that one will take, right, will either yield you positive results, right?
That's what I was
results,
mentioning this.
Or you will not change, right?
Yeah. I was mentioning this when we were first talking about, pushing towards goals and stuff. I was the kid that didn't play outside, didn't go hang out with friends all the time. I was pretty much unsocial as a kid, but I learned everything I could in the field of media. So that way I could create a business, because my dream from 18 years old till now has been to create my own business, create my own brand, and work for myself. And so to do the prerequisite was to sacrifice high school, the social part of high school, and to just master all these skills. Same thing with what you're talking about, a marathon runner. They're having to sacrifice, they put their body through stuff. But then that guy with the potato chips doesn't really put his time where it's valuable. He's just watching something for his in the moment fulfillment. You're not going to get much out of that in life. There's so many scenarios like that, but it's important, if you want to pursue something, do the prerequisites that are required.
Yeah, which is, it's being good at anything is art, right? It's to become mastery in what your web design,
right,
in body. I mean, I'm still learning about the chiropractic world, right? So I mean, the doctor of chiropractic, it would be learning the mastery of, can you
So
I don't even know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's why we have him on today.
That's the thing with becoming a doctor of chiropractic, right? Becoming a doctor of anything. I mean, some people think it has this stigma of having like the stethoscope on, and you have the white coat and you walk around. But becoming a doctor is really just the highest level of education, the educational like teacher you can become.
Yeah.
Right.
So the master of the master.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when you're a doctor of chiropractic, you're a master of the masters of chiropractic. So you need to know what chiropractic is.
Right.
And to chiropractic, to me, and I can go really deep into this. So you're mentioning about art, right? There's mastery. Art. There is an art to it, right? Yeah. And there's principles that chiropractic are founded on. And most of these principles, all these principles are rooted into the major premise, which is there's an intelligence inside of your body that knows how to heal itself. Yeah. Right? Yep. If you get a cut on your finger, whether you believe it or not, your finger will heal.
It's true.
So this is where people say, I don't believe in chiropractic. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to believe in it. It's a science, right? Yeah. If you get a cut on your finger and say, every day I'm going to say, I don't believe you're going to heal, beyond your denial, it will heal.
It's true.
It doesn't require your belief. And chiropractic deals with that intelligence, and we recognize that when that intelligence is interfered with, right? When there's a disconnect or there's interference, the brain and the body cannot communicate properly. So the body will start to express dis-ease.
Gotcha.
The brain and the body.
The brain and the body. So what we deal with is the nervous system.
Yeah.
People hear the cracks and the pops. They think chiropractic is about pain, but chiropractic is not really about getting rid of your pain, although that is an effect.
So the pops don't mean anything.
The pops.
What is that?
It's air sockets, right?
It's air leaving the joint, right?
Yeah.
But
okay.
It's air leaving the joint, but you can almost view it, and this is a better visualization, is that the pops are us kind of breaking through a stuck pattern within the nervous system so that your body can get a second chance to integrate an experience that was keeping you stuck in a way. Have we ever woke up and felt like we were in a pattern and we can't get out of it?
Right.
Most of the time it's because your nervous system or your body is in a state of subluxation. 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 So that is what we're correcting. That's when you hear the pop. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Have a bone that's out of place. When you have a bone that's out of place, it could impinge on the spinal cord, create interference between the brain and body.
Mindset.
Right? Exactly. And then a chiropractor comes in and corrects that subluxation. Now increasing communication between brain and body, or body and God or spirit, whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah. And with that, now the body can express health to its fullest potential.
That's awesome.
From a chiropractic student's point of view, about to become a doctor of chiropractic, I recommend that if you are not seeing a chiropractor, to see one, and the chiropractor should be able to explain chiropractic in this manner to get to the essence of what it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which is just education, right? I just learned
a
lot tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm sure our audience heard that. Yeah. I just wanted to say that what you're describing is probably what our listeners on podcasts are, feeling, right? They could be stuck right now with their personal life or relationships, your children, with work, your goals, your financials, whatever it may be, and everything you're saying about the subluxation, right? What happens to those joints, right? You're stuck. System. You're not operating at your own potential, right? You haven't asked your questions on who you are and why you are, right? Yeah. Figuring out why you are. I feel like there's correlation between what you're describing in the joints and chiropractic care to the mindset in what our audience is probably feeling today on Power Podcast. So you should listen to Justin and research more about chiropractic care and the importance of it, right? Yeah. Because seriously, like if this is influence positive change for our mindsets, great. There should be so many takeaways from today, right? To really improve or make a slight change.
Real quick, I want to actually just mention, I see your shirt. You have your own clothing brand?
Yes.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about it.
So I have a clothing brand called I Am Apparel.
Okay.
So I Am Apparel it's all about empowerment.
That's awesome.
And like I said, I figured out my why, which was to be of service. It just so happened to take the form of making clothes.
That's awesome. So you have how many products?
We have collections. So this is the Thyself collection. So Love Thyself. We have another shirt that's Trust Thyself. And then we have collections that are in the state of affirmations that are in the state of I am.
That's
so
cool.
I am pure awareness. I am gratitude in motion. I am love. These are all empowered affirmations for the purpose of really not just feeling it, or not just wearing something just to wear, but feeling what you wear.
That's awesome. I love
to
that.
really feel what you wear.
That's
and
cool.
to have it be a reflection of your internal state.
So
because everyone's afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, right? Might as well just wear it, because in today's world society, right?
Dude, yeah.
People won't even say anything. They won't express how they feel because they're too afraid
Right.
to hurt someone's feelings. But
Yeah. So where can people find you?
So on Instagram, you can follow I Am Apparel. And then if you're also interested in the chiropractic side, I'm not sure how many chiropractic students are watching this or just people who are interested in it. We have another brand called Innate Artistry Master, which is really just an extension of the apparel.
Okay.
So you can follow Innate Artistry Master Training
Cool.
and I Am Apparel.
And where can they find you?
Oh, Justin Jones 610 on Instagram.
Justin Jones. Awesome,
yeah,
man.
be sure to follow Justin and
Appreciate you guys.
support him.
Yeah.
Super honored to have Justin here today, and learn more about what he does, and hopefully we can have him back to talk more about chiropractic care, mindset, body, and overall empowerment, which here on PWR Podcast is what we're all about.
That's awesome. Real quick, you mentioned that you do drop shipping. Is that through this brand?
I do drop shipping through this brand. It is I Am Apparel.
Okay.
And it is drop shipping. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we do have a website. The website's called Innate Artistry Master, but if you go on the Instagram, you'll be able to see the link right there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Y'all, go check him out. I am absolutely amazed by this brand. I think it's cool. I've seen it on Instagram as well. It is fire. So check it out. Buy some product. Support my guy. Thanks.
Good.
For
sure.
The mindset, though,
Okay.
is like so key, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
What is your greatest asset?
My mind.
Yeah,
What is your greatest asset?
my mind.
Did you learn that today?
No,
Yeah.
but...
So that means the PWR Podcast listeners also.
Hey,
learned
y'all
that
should
today.
learn that today.
No, I'm just saying, because we literally talked to someone in the client meeting the other day, and they were saying, we asked them what their greatest asset is, and they said my income, right?
No,
or
it's not.
my house,
Exactly.
or they said, well, I guess my body, and it's like, well, why don't you dial it in a little bit more, and like, it's your mind.
Yeah.
Because your mindset controls everything negative and positive that you think and or do.
Exactly.
And it's so
figuring
it's so formable and shapeable. I mean, you
very malleable.
teach your brain anything, take away things from it. You can
Dude.
shift your emotions with your mind.
You can
like,
heal. You
Yeah.
can overcome.
It's
the-
crazy. Well, thanks, man, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it.
Stay tuned.
Dude, I loved his conversation about mindset and just really putting action behind what your goals are in life.
Yep.
He talked about being, complacent a little bit.
Having fear.
Yep.
Wondering who you are versus why.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Why you're here versus who you are is just like that perspective is really
And,
cool.
Justin shared that you should ask yourself, some questions, hard questions. And if you have a fear to make a decision, or a fear of, what you're going to do with your life, or a decision you're going to make, face the fear, because he said the reward to face your fear, overcome your fear, is worth the effort.
It's true.
And to stay disciplined.
Yeah. I mean, going to college and becoming a doctor, how many years of school is that? Six?
After high school or after college?
College in general, isn't it? Is it 4 or 6 years to become
I feel
a
like
doctor?
we need to ask Justin. I think there's probably different types of doctors, but it's probably at least,
I mean,
4 to 8
bro,
years.
I did 4 years of college and I hated it. Like, it was rough. It was not easy, especially while I wanted to do other things. To be able to, focus, put your mind to it, because
Stay
you're going to
disciplined.
become a doctor,
That's
you
what
know
he
you're
wants.
going to help people. His whole goal is he wants to impact people. He wants to
Service.
serve people,
That's-
give them service,
we
which
talked
is...
about that.
That's what he's passionate about. He doesn't care about financial or anything, clout or anything like that. He wants
Well,
to
he
help
definitely cares
people.
about financials. Well, Justin definitely cares about financials so much that he plans appropriately, like we all do as business owners and entrepreneurs. But yes, I definitely agree. He doesn't care about getting anything in return.
Right.
He does it because he's genuine and passionate. And
Yeah.
we talked about in episode 1, right? Being
Yeah.
passionate about what you do, and your audience, your
How much
friends.
more energy can you actually put towards something you're passionate about than something that
Limitless.
you don't care?
Limitless.
For me, watching TV isn't interesting to me. I
Oh.
won't sit there and watch TV. I love filming. I love working on my computer. I
Well,
love
being busy,
I love
right?
sports. Yeah. So I put all my energy towards what I'm passionate about. It seems like 100% this guy's always putting his energy towards wanting to help people, which is cool.
Every time that Justin and I, get together, our conversations are wonderful. They're empowering. We always learn from each other, just like you and I, right? And really, honestly, to close today's episode out, our audience should really surround yourself with people who make you feel good, right? Positive, that lift you up, add value to your life, because you can't buy more time, you can't make more time.
No.
And we always talk about it, life's crazy. We just talked about earlier, right? 4 or 5 weeks passed by, and we're making episode 3, and we originally started wanting to do every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
please subscribe, like, share with your friends. You can view our Instagram page at PWR Podcast. You can share clips we post. We do post on TikTok as well. Just help us get some new audience out there. If you want to share this page, that'd be awesome. Thank you guys for listening.
Yep, appreciate the support.
Yeah,
Hope you guys have a great week or next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll talk soon.
Awesome.